Hi, Mom.
Well, you missed the best 5 minutes of the show right there.
Yes, Mom, they are. And my values are the exact same.
I don't know. I don't think mine are.
Because I feel like you can sit in a room somewhere and learn a bunch of information, but there's only so much stuff that someone could say during, you know, one of those breakout sessions or something when you're at like a lunch and learn or you're at...
Of course, our good friends at Steph's Bookkeeping, great ribbon.
Getting distracted and just tell your story.
And we sent them flying. Oh, I love O with less angles. All right.
Welcome in to In the Know with Steph and Joe. Hey, you know what? We're back. 2025. We're going to go every other week. We'll do best ofs on the weeks we're not live, but every Friday at 3, you'll be able to catch In the Know with Steph and Joe, which is fun.
I love that.
Yes, and again, right?
We have a lot of announcements for the show, but it changes and whatnot. But let's get into it.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right,
Let's do it. So today we're talking all about the Super Bowl and what goes on now.
Oh, wait, hang on. Are we allowed to say that?
I hope so.
Officially, now we are.
That's right. What should we say?
Because it's on. It's officially on 216 the net.
That's right.
They said it first, so we're good.
We're talking everything: the pageantry, the commercials. This is an American national holiday.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Is it officially a holiday?
No, but it should be.
Yeah, it should be.
Yeah.
How many? Okay. So when I step back and look at it, I also think it shouldn't be a holiday. But then I look back and go, well, how many people celebrate Christmas? Right. And you go, well, this many people out of the whole world.
Yeah.
Right. And then you look at how many people celebrate Super Bowl. And it actually might be more.
Well, yeah. And
I don't know the math on that, but you got a case.
And here's the thing. Like,
thanks.
Here's the thing.
Thanks.
They don't throw like a World Series party. They don't. People.
Yeah. Oh, name another sport that like the
World 7-game series, but yeah, they have 7 parties in one, but
right.
Well,
the NBA
but
championship they don't do.
Well, NBA, NFL or NHL and NFL or no, hang on. NHL. So basketball, hockey, and baseball are all 7-game series.
Yeah.
This is the only one out of the 4 bigs.
Yeah.
That runs a one game and you're in or you win or you lose.
Yep.
The other,
right?
The other one I would say is the Daytona 500.
Solid.
That's not a top 4. That's well, it used to
Except
be.
For those
it used to be
Daytona people. Yeah.
Trailer park.
hey, that's a big constituent. All right. Yeah. That's a big group of people. That's a giant group. Hang on. That's a giant group of people. So like if you actually weigh what it matters.
It's fun. I've been invited a couple times, but I haven't been, but I hear it's
nothing like a Super Bowl party.
No, it's a different level.
But here's the other thing about Super Bowl, I think, is even if you don't have a team in it, you're going to a party.
Agreed.
Right?
Doesn't matter. Yep. You got
women,
squares,
children,
you got betting, you got props, you got all kinds of stuff going on. Yeah.
All over.
Everyone gets together. It's a reason to get together.
It is.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Question.
That's my line. That's my word.
Wait a minute. Let's introduce our guest.
All right. I guess we should probably tell who's here today.
Sure.
Today. All right. Mike Campbell. Please introduce yourself, who you're with, where you're at, where you want to go. I don't care.
Loaded. Well, I mean,
I don't care.
First,
I don't care.
Mike Campbell. my whole life. I work with Cross Country Mortgage as a loan officer. I've been in the business for 20 years. I've known Joe through networking.
What is a loan officer?
So mortgage advisor. So if you need financing on a home, purchase a home,
There you
refinance
go.
a home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. 2020 and 2021 were, yeah,
Different.
Never see that.
a busy
Yeah.
time. But yeah, right
Hey,
now it's definitely
Hey,
slowed down a
I
little
was
bit.
part of that busy time.
You were.
Yeah.
Client and friend. Yes. Yeah.
And minister.
And oh yeah, he did marry my wife and I. Yeah, technically. Anyway, long story there. Another loaded question there. But that's where you say interesting.
Interesting. All right. So we're here. We want to talk Super Bowl. Or sorry, the big game. Right? We're not allowed to call it what it is. Trademark.
Wait, what? Is that
I don't
real?
know. I
Yeah.
heard a lot of people say Super Bowl this year.
Oh,
Okay, we'll
you-
just say it. I mean, everyone's.
You get, I mean, yeah, but you can get,
Is this for radio purposes? Is what you're talking about?
I just don't want to
Okay.
get,
Well, we're just gonna say the big
Hang
game.
on,
Let's say
hang
the
on.
big game.
I don't want to get hit for his sake.
Let's say the big game.
All right.
Deal?
We got a game going on.
Thank you. We got a game.
It is the big game. The big
Let's start. Okay. I got a few things I
Okay.
want to go over,
Sure.
right? You saw them
Yeah, you gave me an overview and then said you were going to be sneaky about it. So go ahead.
100%.
Yeah.
What's the first one you want to dive into of the overview?
I'm going to let you pick that. But I mean,
Really?
You know, you
Okay. Socials.
socials. Elaborate.
Yeah. All right. You're into your socials. Are you paying attention to what people are saying?
I
Are
am.
you do you actually like look and see what people are saying?
About the big game?
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, I have to for
Interesting.
I like to put a couple shekels on some games and some props, and that's the most fun part for me is the action.
So that'll be our next
And
topic.
that's where you get
but-
into a lot that makes the conversations in that room a lot better. Heated sometimes. But who's going to win? Who's going to lose? You got squares, you got commercials. I mean, again, your topics are solid. They're on point. But for me, it's another reason just to get together with your people that you love and care about, and the people that maybe are on the other side of what you're feeling versus the people that are on your side.
yeah, that's a good point.
Interesting. You are
It's
okay.
all for me. It depends on your personality, but for me, it's all encompassing.
It doesn't matter what side you're on. I want to hang with you.
Yep.
Because you're in.
Absolutely.
Because you're in.
Yep.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. See, you're stealing it. You're stealing it.
Hey, this camera angle makes Joe look like a.
Look
Yeah,
at
you
Twig.
look very tiny. I
Look
look
at
like
Twig.
the
Should I
Stay
scoot
Puft
up?
Marshmallow.
Wait,
Man
if I
over
scoot over next to
Yeah.
you, am I bigger?
there. No, it's
Hang on,
become
let's
small.
see.
I think you become small.
Oh my god, I'm
You
smaller.
gotta get back over there.
All right, hang on. I'll hang over back
and
over
the
here.
brick wall we chose.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
built around. The
yeah,
bricks
yeah.
are like 20
Yeah.
inches. They're-
Oh, listen.
It's okay. I've been a big guy my whole life.
That's fine.
I know what
As
I'm
he
doing.
knows.
I know what I'm doing. All right. Okay. So you mentioned betting.
Yep.
That's a big, and that has two parts to my section
Mhm.
here, right? To my questions. So betting. Let's start in with regular betting.
Well, what's regular betting? Betting on the game, betting on the who's going to win, who's going to lose, how many
Yes.
points are going to score,
Yes.
be scored,
Yes.
all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
that-
Like I'm not calling one betting website out, but I'm going to say, yes, a betting website, you go in and you put a bet down.
Yeah.
I have several.
Yeah.
You know my normal dollar amount.
Yep. Cents amounts. Or
They're-
maybe
they're-
not.
hey,
Sometimes they're dollars.
Hang on, they're dollars. They're dollars this time. They're dollars
Yeah.
this time.
Okay. Good.
Okay. So normally, to Mike's point, is I would make 10-cent bets
Yeah.
through the season.
Yep.
Yep. Every bet I made was 10 cents
Mhm.
because that's the minimum.
This guy.
What? What?
It's true. But I mean, again, like some people are in for the fun of it. Some love the action. And some want to win money, and when they don't have
Okay.
it, some people want to win money when they do have it. It's every level, but I mean the bet on the game itself is probably a very small portion compared to the unique bets you get to place at the big game for prop bets. You get to bet on, the biggest one for me is the coin toss. You can bet heads or tails. Yeah, you can literally bet on that. You can bet on how many. Is the color of the Gatorade going to be green, blue,
that's
red?
thrown on the coach at the
everything,
very end of the game.
Yes.
Correct.
Number of things. That's what makes it exciting because there's things that people don't think of and you can look up.
Hang on. All right. This is a betting conversation.
Okay.
The color of the Gatorade. What the?
Yeah.
I understand that's the bet, but I'm still saying what the because you could literally call the dude that sets up the little
the conspiracies of this being fixed in so many ways.
100%. That's all I'm saying.
But you got to pick the right one.
Like
still got to pick the right one.
Like
anything, the odds really don't change that much, in my opinion. I mean,
it doesn't matter. There's no odds. It's literally
it's whether it's
who do I know that can tell me what the actual color is?
Yeah, it's crazy. Do you know? Prepping for the show, do you know in 2024 how much money was bet on the Super Bowl?
Yes,
I do not.
You looked it up.
It was like.
So he doesn't know.
No, it was like 2 to 3 billion.
23.1 billion.
23. So I had the numbers right. I had the numbers right. I had my dust. Yes. Yeah. No, it was. I thought it was a massive amount, and I thought 2 to 3 billion, but then 23 billion dollars betting on the Super Bowl. Okay.
That hang on. Prop bets, correct?
Yeah, that's all.
Okay.
That's
every bet.
Yep.
Okay.
Hang on now. What's the normal that's bet out there on a yearly basis?
Oh, for football itself?
Nope. All sports.
Oh, I don't know that.
Oh, Bill, good job, Bill. Good job, Gillians. Right? Like I don't care what it is, but it's multiples more than what that
industry
that single game, single day is, right? It's multiples more. So does it really matter that one day that we all bet? And let's be honest, that includes squares. Oh,
that's my favorite part, actually.
Hang on. That's my favorite part too, because now I really want to finish out this betting thing because then we're gonna get into squares. But
squares is betting.
It is. Okay. So how much do you bet?
So I love this because I used to betting on the games. So we call them units. If you're a gambler, you talk about units, and a smart bettor will keep to their units. Like they, no matter how confident they feel, they're going to bet a certain type of unit, which could be $1, 10 cents, $20, $100, $1,000. What's your unit? So what are you going to bet every game to make it to where, whether you're right or wrong, you're betting the same amount on each game.
Right.
Without favoring one towards the other, what we would call like a hot pick or a diamond pick or something.
So hang on.
For me,
let me pause you for a second because the units was brought up in this show before, and that was with Rob Simons.
Yeah, Rob.
That's my guy. Yeah,
he was on the show and he talked about units.
Yeah,
and he's said that before. So I just want everybody
very good at.
If you're wondering about what this units thing is, go back to the show with Rob. And you will find the discussion about units.
Well, let me say, I'm going to try not to interrupt, Joe. We talk with each other quite a bit, so it's hard to mix those two. But when it comes to units, like Rob's awesome. Rob has the podcast. He's been studying. He does a lot of research. He's very smart, and probably one of the individual. He has a team of guys that make picks, but he's one of the best I've seen. His stats are pretty good. And
you can get that out on Spotify. If you go to Spotify and go just search for In the Know with Steph and Joe.
Yeah.
That episode will be right out there. So
absolutely.
And his is Football Fanatics now?
Yeah, Football Fanatics.
Used to be R Squared, Rob Squared. Now it's Football Fanatics, but his podcast is awesome too. But he's very good. Again, a unit is how much you're going to bet each time you bet. So if I want to place 7 bets, what's my dollar amount? Is it $10 or $20 per bet?
10 cents.
Yeah, or 10 cents. Every year, depending on how much money you make, I think it changes.
Yeah. See, I don't.
It's still 10 cents.
So here's, I don't bet at all.
at
Good
all.
for you. Good
Not-
for you.
Ever.
Not one bet.
Ever.
I don't.
Not even squares. Okay, we're gonna
Nope.
get into squares after this. I want to hear your point, and then we're getting
Yeah.
into squares.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
No, I'm that guy who, let's say my unit's $10, right? And I'm gonna do,
No, you don't bet, so you don't have a unit.
I've budgeted
You
whatever.
have a
This is what a lot of people do. But I go like this. I'm like, oh, I could buy this for the house, do this, and do this, and do this.
Yeah.
So to me, for whatever, I try to justify why not to. So I just don't.
It's good. I think it's
I mean, I'll play poker with buddies. $20.
skill game though.
Yeah, skill, right?
Skill game.
Interesting.
Yeah. But I won't even drop money into a slot machine.
I love that.
Squares.
Yeah.
All right, let's get
I
into
grew up different.
squares.
I'm not built that way.
I am not built that way.
Yeah.
Neither am I. Neither am I.
Yeah.
Wait, squares. All right, Ken.
Yeah.
Ultimate non-gambler. Squares.
Yeah.
Squares.
I don't put any.
No
money.
squares
You don't
either.
do
Okay.
a single square.
That's
Ever.
what makes it fun to watch. So
Ever.
for somebody that's not a
Okay.
gambler,
So go.
for someone that's not a gambler, and you just want to have some fun, there's $1 squares, $5 squares, $10 squares. I've been in squares that are $1,500 a square, which is
Holy
massive
Lord.
money. Usually we split it up. We buy a couple and split it up between many people,
Right.
just because it's cool.
I
But
told my wife about the squares that we bought into. And
Yeah.
she goes, "Are you serious?" I go,
Yeah.
"I did it last year, and that's what
Yeah.
paid for my."
yeah, hey, we
And
won.
She goes.
We hit
She
the
goes.
first quarter right away.
She goes. "Oh, you're in."
So, for example, that's a good example. So we're in one with $500 a square, but there's 3 different squares within the tournament, and
And
one's
there's-
worth $350.
Hang on. There's 300 for the squares,
square.
right?
$150 for another square.
Hang on. In that 300 there's a square, there's reverse payouts. So
Minus
the
2
score
payouts.
is reversed. It not your stupid ass. Don't even
Mhm.
talk about that.
Okay.
Literally, there are 3 or 4 payouts per score.
Yes,
Look at his
close,
face.
close.
Yes.
No, let me
no,
break it
thank
down.
you. Look
Joe's
at his
wrong.
face.
Joe's
I
wrong.
don't understand.
It is a normal score. So whatever
You get the score. There's the reverse.
but then there's not only reverse at the final score. That's only one extra bet. The second level to that is it's whatever the score is at the end of the first quarter. For example, is 0-0. There's a -2. So then that would go to 8 and 8. So you get a payout for the -2.
Not reverse.
But,
minus
and then
2.
there is a reverse, but for the final score. So if the final score is 24-21 and it's 1-4, then it goes to 4-1 for the other team.
And the guy running it's like, ooh, you missed. Listen, the reason why was because of the square of
His
the reverse.
spreadsheet isn't as good as it
I'm
should
like-
be.
I lost you after 0-0, bro.
Yeah. Anyway, well, it's all luck. It's
But
what
I-
the score of the game.
To
But
be
we know what
honest-
good numbers and bad numbers are. Like you don't want a 5-9,
No, you want a
7-1 or
1-4.
3-4
You want a
or 1-7.
1-4.
0-0.
Correct.
0-0
Oh,
solid.
0-0 would
First
be.
quarter, maybe, depending on if it's a defensive matchup.
I mean, it doesn't matter. You get 10 to 10,
10 to 10, right.
20 to 20.
Yep,
You
absolutely.
count a
Then you win the
touch-
reverse.
So, okay. So, how many squares are you in, Michael?
So we got 7
Not
people.
we.
We
You.
no, that's
well,
it. It's the only one I
you're
did this
starting-
year. The
That's
only one I
it?
did this year.
That's it.
I was offered another
I'm
one.
in-
I
I'm in a lot more than you.
wanted to
Not
back up
dollar
my
wise.
degenerative gambling history and just get in one. So we have 7 people, 500 a square, but we bought 3 squares. So we're all in for $215 each. With the opportunity to win.
$214.29.
Very good. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for remembering that. Yeah. That's good.
Really?
I knew that.
Really?
You knew I knew that. But
I know you know that, but
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I rounded it up on my spreadsheet just so that way
People are doing math on their calculators right now. See if 214.29 is times 7.
No,
equals
it's 2
1,500,
point.
right?
It's 0.2857. I believe is the actual decimal out to.
Really? I didn't even do that part.
Really?
That's wild that you brought that up.
Got a lot of time.
I want to look that up, but we're on a radio show. Anyway, So hey, look,
You
look.
talk-
Let's
you
go.
talk,
Look,
I'll
the
look it
squares
up.
is what makes it fun for everybody.
Correct.
I feel like everyone can do it. You're all you're doing is watching that score. Are they going to score here? Why? Where's my number fall? What do you, it just makes you involved.
I don't even get into Little League. You know, the Little League's like, hey, we're trying to raise money for hats.
Yeah.
When
Well,
you
they
buy
take
a
half the money.
square, It's $5.
Yeah.
Like, no, go away.
If it's my
You know?
kid.
So,
Fine.
so
No, I'm just kidding.
So the last time they did that at the Cary Grove basketball or baseball association, they said we're doing squares for something, and I'm like, I'm in. I have no problem supporting, right? So I bought in. I won 2 of the 4 squares.
Wow.
And then the group that the dude sent it out to, who was in charge of it, he sent it out to the group of us guys that are in the neighborhood, and the 2 of the other dudes our entire group of neighborhood people won all 4 squares.
That's awesome.
So he goes, yeah. So since you guys won the last time, I have to shoot this out to you for the Super Bowl squares.
Yeah.
We're like, I'm like,
you
well,
want it
since I
then?
won 2 of them, I guess I got to buy into some of them. So I bought into them. All right.
Wait, real quick. Last year it was fun, even more fun because we won the first quarter. So right off the bat,
Oh,
we
we were up.
We're already
We were
up.
up. We were like,
We hit
great,
the 0-0.
we're done.
I think it was 0-0.
It was.
Oh yeah.
I
Either
think
way.
you're right.
We
Yeah.
hit the 0-0, and then we were free rolling. We had an opportunity to win the big one. I mean, we had a very good percentage to win the final
It
score in
was
the last 2
down
minutes.
to, yes,
It was down to
5 minutes within
whether
5
Kansas
minutes.
City scored a touchdown or a field goal.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Either way, squares. I've had so many people, because I always have done the past few years in my internal company. I have enough humans that I'm like, hey, I'm going to throw a squares board out there.
Mhm.
And I have enough people in my company that we could fill a squares board, right? But I've had people come back to me and go, and this is the flip side to what we've all been talking about, the hoopla and enjoyment of squares.
Mhm.
But then I come back and I say, hey, I'm doing a squares board. And somebody says, I don't know football. I don't want in. And I go,
Doesn't
do you like to gamble? Yes. Well, motherfucker, get in.
Right.
Like, I don't know what to tell you, but like,
you don't even
This
know
is-
anything about football
really
in
don't.
squares? No.
no. Like my daughter, my oldest, Lily, I said, hey, so when we did the squares for our internal company, I put my daughter and both daughters onto 2 squares, and then my wife onto 6. And
They're not of age to gamble. We'll bypass that.
I'm a guardian.
Okay.
I'm a
You're
legal
right,
guardian. Either way, I said to my oldest, hey, you want in? She goes, yes, here's $4. So if I win, I win. And I went, done, totally for it. Great. Now, all of this buildup is wonderful and all, but like, our children have no idea what they're getting into, right? They have no clue.
But they want to be involved.
They want to be involved.
They hear it. They hear you talking about it. They're taking everything in.
see
Like, all of it.
it is the pageantry
Mhm.
that is the game. I want to be involved. Well, do you care? Hey, this is what you're getting into. Do you want in? Yes. Lovely. You're in,
Mhm.
right?
Let's go.
I mean, like, come on, let's freaking build this up and everybody get into it and at least have fun. Because what is Christmas?
But some people don't like to gamble. Some
Right.
people don't want to put their money at risk and say, hey, I could have done this in my house. I could have gone out to
Okay,
dinner. I
Right.
could have done
Two-
this.
Shoot.
Yeah.
Hang on, $2. What are you doing to your
Yeah,
house?
It's different
for
when you're 10
$2?
cents.
I don't
different.
ever have,
You're not even considered a gambler at 10 cents.
but I don't even have cash.
I'll Venmo
Yeah.
you.
Right?
You don't need it if you have Venmo, PayPal, Facebook Pay, Zelle, Cash App, Apple Pay.
That's crazy.
No, we got a lot. We
Look,
know them all.
There's a lot of me.
I'm the guy at a golf outing. Will say, okay, $10 to get it in the white, in
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
green, and I'll put it and I'll hit right in there, and the wind will blow it out. That's-
I love the golf. I love those little prop bets on the golf course. That's my favorite.
Really?
Well, one that's charity.
right.
Oh, I got a story. Sorry, this is off Super
Yeah.
Bowl. I got.
Hang on, no, isn't most of this charity?
No.
No, you're
No.
right. It's not. All right.
They
Continue.
had a
Continue with
Make a
your
Wish
story.
Foundation, which is one of my favorite foundations to donate to. They had, give $20. And if you get within a certain range, like 3 feet, you win 100. If you get within another circle, it's 50, and the outside circle is your money back. And a hole in one was 12,500 if you use their ball. I used their ball. I hit a bad shot on the edge of a bunker in a hill. It kicked left, hit the flag stick. It looked like legitimately it went in the hole. I flew my club, but everyone was jumping up and down, but it was going so fast we didn't see it sitting right next to the hole, like 3 inches away. So we thought we won $12,000, or I won $12,500, and it was not off of a good shot.
But you
But
just
I ended
you
up
just
winning
got
$100 because it was within
your
3
money
feet.
back. Your money back.
Exactly. No, I got $100 because it was within 3 feet.
It's probably 10
Now
bucks.
it's charity, right? So when I get the $100, I still gave half of it to Make a Wish. Not all of it. I kept 50, but
Right.
But that's the thing. Like if I won 12,500, they're probably gonna. You're gonna
See
feel
a couple
obligated to give
thousand.
them more money.
So that's a good point. When it comes to squares and betting, let's wrap this up
Yeah,
on
we
the
can wrap
squares
it
and
up. You're right.
squares and betting. Do you, when you go and bet for a charity or something, are you assuming you're losing all the money you're betting?
No, I don't. For one, I don't really do that. I don't. The betting in the charities. I don't like. Besides the golf ones, like for football and the squares, I don't get in the pools that are sponsored unless my kids are in it. I don't get in the outside ones because there's so many. I'd be obligated to get in like 100. So which one do I pick? I can't pick it. But no, you lose half. Half of it goes towards the sponsorship of the team, which goes towards a good cause. And the other half goes towards your pocket. But as a good gambler, you don't give up half your money by putting money in. So it depends on where your mindset is. I'm not taking anything away from giving to the kids because I love to do that. But when it comes to those types of things, I have kids. I have tons of friends with kids. I would be broke if I got in all those pools. And I can't pick one over the other.
I don't get into every pool. If people ask me, I do. However, I created a spreadsheet.
Shocker.
Fuck you guys. I mean, I created a spreadsheet with all my betting.
Yeah.
All my squares, everything is laid out into one spreadsheet.
Mm-hmm.
And I know what I could win
This year.
Okay.
Okay.
The one game, not this year. This one
Game. What
game.
The big game, right? The one game.
The one
It's the only
game.
time we do it. You're right. It's the only time you do it.
Thank
I don't bet
you.
on any other game
Thank
like
you.
this.
Like this is different.
That's why they get paid $70 million a year to play. Those best
Hang
players.
on. There's other games that we do this for. Or other
like- not like
events,
this.
not
Not like
games.
this. Not
Other
like this.
events we do this.
Not on this level.
I'll agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll
There's
agree
squares
with that.
for March Madness, and I love that.
Yeah.
It's just different. Like there's squares for all kinds of stuff, but
Interesting.
Yeah, you get in the pool, right?
Yeah.
For March Madness. I mean, that would be the
no,
other
there's
big
I
one.
love squares for March Madness.
Yeah.
My favorite one because there's so many opportunities with the reverses he's talking about. There's 64 games. Like you don't win something, and you can still lose, but you win something, right? There's so many opportunities that it makes it seem like it's easier to say yes to doing it. The March Madness one is my favorite.
Dude, I love you for that.
It is my favorite. Out of the squares, like betting. But wait, you want to
I
end the
love
betting
that.
thing, and we're gonna end the betting
love
thing
you
on
for
this,
that.
okay? It's the prop betting. You can
Okay.
bet on how many yards a player has, under or over a certain amount of yards that Vegas tries to predict.
Right.
The same thing as spread or over on the score, heads or tails on the coin flip. You can bet on anything. How long is the Super Bowl? How long is a commercial? How long is the halftime show? Does it go over a certain amount of time frame?
Okay.
It's insane the amount of things you
Is
can
there
bet
a
on.
nip slip?
Yeah. So that's the fun part.
Is
Is
there
there
going to be
slip?
a
I
nip
bet
slip?
they have that one.
Not this year.
Okay, moving on. Betting is over.
Not this year.
Go look for it.
Not this year. Not this year. I already looked. Hang on though. So you mentioned like there's so many prop bets to
Betting's
do,
not over. Okay.
right? There's so many prop bets.
Yes.
We're gonna talk about
Yeah.
betting through this
Okay, yeah,
entire
I got you. Okay.
conversation. Hang on,
Don't
let me
forget
look.
about your other bullet
Fuck,
points.
we're halfway through this. Okay, so All right, let's quickly run through food.
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 Okay.
Food. Okay. So food. I always need wings.
Agreed. I think that's a staple. I mean, pizza, wings, staple.
Here's the deal.
Wings. I'm a wings guy.
Here's the deal. When it hits January, I go to my wife. Hey, are you making minestrone soup?
I love it. Soup. That's a good one.
Because he's had it, and I go, hey, are you making like there's a certain time of the year that certain season that certain things are coming around, right?
But wings are always around. That's a kind of
well, wings are always around, but are they prevalent? Are they substantial? Are they really pounding? Are they at your palate?
There's some math about the wings orders on the Super Bowl. It's in they did it.
I'm telling you, yes.
Wings that were ordered from delivery places on Super Bowl Sunday.
Thank
Big
you.
Game Sunday.
Thank you.
It's crazy. I'm talking. It's in the millions.
But people, that's my point. Is people are going, hey, it's late January. I'm feeling like wings. No, I'll wait. Oh, freaking second week of February. Yep, it's time. Throttle them.
Yeah.
Give me 2,700 wings.
Oh, yeah, it's a big party.
That's all I'm saying is like food and wings.
Food, it's got to be easy. Like when you're at it, people that throw the Super Bowl parties have to make it easy for not huge messes. So I don't think wings for big parties is the main ingredient.
How often do you buy a bag of chips and dump them into a bowl and call it good?
A lot. A lot.
Ken's smiling over there. You have something to say, Ken?
Sometimes I'm hiding downstairs while I eat the whole bag.
In 2025, it's estimated that Americans will eat 1.47 billion chicken wings for this.
Wow.
Wait,
I thought it was
just the
millions.
Super Bowl?
Yes, the Super Bowl.
Wait, say that again.
1.47
hang on. Josh Bidney chimed in and said wings are forever.
Yeah.
Boneless or traditional? I'm going with
Traditional.
boneless. I'm going with traditional. You're right. Traditional. Sorry. I wanted to say, but like,
Boneless
okay.
is for millennials.
Wait, hang on. Traditional. How many wings? Say it one more time slowly.
1.47 billion with a B.
I can't even fathom that. Like, I can't fathom that.
Billion
How many
wings.
people are in the
little chicken?
Just on Super Bowl.
Just on Super Bowl.
I take it back. Joe was right. You're
listen-
never going to hear me say that again.
And
What?
You were right.
Just to
Thank
give
you.
them
It's the
credit,
main ingredient. It's the main food.
just to give them credit, those numbers come from the National Chicken Council.
Okay. There's a
National Chicken
Wait,
Council.
hang on.
The
Time out.
NCC. The NCC.
The NCC.
What did I learn today?
Yeah.
When I said millions, I thought I was off and it was thousands. But it's,
No, it's
Yeah.
billions.
Okay.
It's
Yeah,
billions.
and and Matthew McConaughey said it, right? Football is food. That commercial that he has, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So true, right?
Okay. So
Ted Lasso.
we're into food. We've
Football
done
is life, but he meant soccer. Versus football.
we've done food. We've done betting. We're kind of
go.
diving into commercials now,
Okay.
right?
I made it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. We're kind of into commercials because commercials push food.
Oh, there's so many people that love the commercials. I won't
Okay,
say-
hang on, because I have to pause everybody,
okay.
and you said one thing that really stuck with me.
Don't say it right away.
Earlier in the green screen,
Yes.
right, the green room,
Yes.
right? You said something, and I was like,
Well, I don't want to come off. This isn't like a sexist statement by any means. It's more of do you love football or kind of like football or not care about football? Commercials for me are time to go to the bathroom. I have a very small bladder,
he's got a
so I go to the
TV.
bathroom
It's
a lot.
very
If
small.
you're, I like to drink
very
beer.
small.
I drink
Cold.
occasionally. So
No, you don't.
when the commercial comes on, there's a line at the bathroom. You're going to the bathroom if you're there to watch football. If you're there to watch the commercials, like my wife, and again,
Right.
it's not to stereotype one way or another, but this is just the example and what I see when I'm at a Super Bowl party. is some people are there to watch the commercials, and they will go to the bathroom during the entire game and talk to the entire game, and then they will watch the commercials.
100%.
Commercials are great. They're funny.
Okay.
They're creative. Some are bad. Some are good. Some are great. But again, we're there to watch football. So I don't have a memory of all the best and worst commercials because I don't get to see them all.
Because you're
Or that's my time to talk and bond and
in the
place
bathroom.
another bet at halftime.
Well,
Oh, snap.
get another square.
Another square. Are you running a new pool?
No,
Yeah.
squares are closed by
card.
then.
Yeah.
Squares are closed by then,
No,
homie.
strip cards aren't.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
let's talk about commercials because, like, remember back
Yeah.
in the day was Bud.
Yeah.
Why?
Oh, yeah.
No,
Sure.
so
Oh, yeah.
he said to
Oh,
me,
I like that. You're
hang
now
on.
you're triggering memory.
Hang on. So he said to me when I said, "Hey, this is what we're going to talk about." He goes, "Commercials." I don't know any commercials, and I
don't
go,
remember any of it. If you remind me, I'll know.
"Hang on." He goes, "I don't know any commercials."
Spud McKenzie.
And I go, dude. I go, okay, good,
Okay.
sure, that's fine. We'll talk about this one
Sure,
on,
let's go. Keep
on,
going.
on the show,
Yeah.
right? Because I know that you may not say you remember
So
commercials.
Give me your favorite commercial that you can remember.
He just said two of
Was it
them.
not of your favorite?
I mean, okay, some of my favorite recently.
Mhm.
I gotta
They
say,
haven't been as good, I think, as they used to be.
no, but I'll be honest, is the state commercial that says, you know, with the guy that's
You mumbled.
Mayhem, right?
Oh, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah, yeah,
Mr.
yeah.
Mayhem.
Yeah.
Like to be honest, I freaking love those because they're very prevalent. They're very up to date.
Yeah.
They play to a good
They're
Hang
good for
on,
a
hang on.
restoration guy.
hang on,
Oh,
hang
yeah.
on, hang on.
Oh yeah, they are.
Hang on. That's not what I was saying. Why I was trying to like lay low on that was I'm not trying to say like because I'll be honest, there's 100 different insurance companies that are out there
Yeah.
doing stuff, and I'll be really honest, is not my favorite
Mm-hmm.
company to
Yeah.
work
Right.
with, right? So what I could say is
What's going on with him today? Is he okay?
I think
I'm trying
it's
not to
called
be.
latency. I
I'm
think
trying not to be.
in the internet.
Right. Yeah. There's a break.
Yeah,
I
we
can
have
hear it. It's weird
a
I can hear it live.
we have a blip in the
Sorry.
connection. Yeah. So all I can say is to me, insurance people and insurance companies are inundating the commercial line, right? I'd love to see everybody else. While I may be a Coke fan, the Pepsi commercials are fun,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Right.
There's
I love Anheuser-Busch commercials.
Okay.
there you go.
I mean, they always hit home. You know, the Clydesdales. You know.
Oh yeah,
See,
yeah.
See, and all I know in my head is that there have been some really good ones that people have talked about, and I just can't remember what they were. Like, oh my god, this one was great. I just can't. I don't remember.
I
It
think
never
it's been years
sticks
since
in my
I,
mind.
laughed out loud though at one.
Or
It
so,
might- you wanna know what my
good
favorite one was of
point.
all time?
Okay, last one
What?
you did.
Tell me.
Yeah.
Tell me.
My
Yeah,
favorite
yeah.
one of all time is the referee and the coaches yelling at the referee.
Yeah.
And they're like,
Yeah.
how can he ignore him? And then he goes home and his wife is
That is good. And I remember that. I
sitting on the couch.
absolutely remember that. Yeah.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
great. That's you don't laugh the whole time. there.
Now I understand that.
That's
Yeah.
my favorite one of all
That's
time.
Okay, so last one you did. You remember.
The last one that I remember.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really have one that. I mean, I'm just picturing Spud McKenzie's face back in the day, but like, it's just the
Right,
companies.
yeah.
It's really not what
That's what I
happened
mean,
in the
it was-
commercials.
It's
I
the
don't.
branding.
I don't. Yeah, it's just that. I don't remember
Interesting.
what it
It was,
Okay.
It was a dog bite.
because it's more like I'm talking and looking, or I'm eating and looking, or I'm in the back. Like I said, I'm not around focused on the commercial to watch. It's my time to do other things. That
Pee.
personally,
To
that's just
pee.
me personally.
To pee.
Go to the bathroom.
Get some more wings.
Tinkle. We'll get some more wings. Definitely wings.
Going back to
It's
And
definitely
at
to
least
go to the
7 to 8,
bathroom.
8 wings. a day.
It's definitely to go to the
a
bathroom.
lot of going back to food. A lot of my neighbors have smokers now, and smoking's a big thing.
Mhm.
Smoking meat,
Yeah,
is a big thing.
I
all the
agree
meat.
with
Give me all the
smoking.
meats.
Yeah.
I mean, chips and so
Meat.
Tostitos has to look up the stats
Meat.
on Tostitos.
Pregnant pause.
Yeah.
The comma was a long time.
You know,
But
it was like more not a comma, just a dot, dot, dot.
But here's the other thing about the Super Bowl and these commercials is like there are shows after that rate the commercial and morning shows that do.
I
Tear
don't
some
feel
tear
like
them
it's
apart.
that way so much anymore,
I don't
though.
think it's
No.
more.
No,
I think it's rate 'em?
no, not anymore.
Yeah.
Not anymore. More so now they're playing regular shows right in after it, and then yes,
Yeah, NCIS.
then you may have a Good Day America,
Right.
whatever, where they talk about it.
Yeah.
But I think it's on the waning side.
Yeah, because I just don't think they're as good anymore. That's why.
Well, they're just
Well, then they're
not
gonna rip them to shreds.
putting.
then.
They're
Right.
not putting as much.
That's what you usually hear is like, were they
Ooh.
good or bad? And you,
That's a
you
great
still hear that
point.
Good or bad, and it's usually bad.
Okay.
Like you said. So
So
they're
we
still
have-
talking about it, just in a different way.
We've talked about commercials, food, betting, socials, and
What was the socials again? Do we really get on that?
I mean, we kind of
Like
started
social
with
media?
it. We
Like-
kind of started with it. Yeah, socials.
Okay.
Like you're just like posting, "Hey, here I am."
Oh
who's
no,
here?"
that's
Yeah, not many. Not
it's
of.
getting out of
Hey,
hand these
hang
days,
on,
man. You
hang
post
on.
anything.
hang on.
I'm at the gym today.
We hang on, Mike. Between the three of us here,
Yeah.
Mike, Kent, and Joe,
Yeah,
the three of us don't post much, so we blew through that
Yeah.
topics.
yeah.
so
That's why.
quick.
That's probably why. So moving on. You're right. What was the next one you got there on your list?
Hang on. So we went through all those.
Yeah.
We feel as though those are pretty well handled, right? We all feel as though we can walk away from those and be like, yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
I really am not worried about what's going on, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Halftime show. Because this goes into the
It's everyone's favorite. It's so many
It-
people's
well,
favorites
hang
that
on.
aren't football fans.
hang on, this is socials. Hang on. Plays into socials. So this goes into socials. What's the halftime show this year?
Kendrick Lamar.
Fuck.
I know he's performing.
Fuck.
Wait,
Don't
whoa.
care.
I didn't know we could
Right.
swear on this. show.
You're allowed to
This would have
swear.
been
on
different
this.
for me. I
Oh,
forgot about
oh,
that.
Yeah.
hi.
Just kidding.
Hi, welcome to In the Know with Steph and Joe.
All right.
You're allowed to say
Let's
fuck.
fucking go.
So yeah,
We're-
I don't
We're
even
not
know
allowed to
who
drink, but we're allowed to swear.
I'm not sure I could pick Kendrick Lamar out of a lineup.
I couldn't. I had to look him up.
And John Batiste
Batiste.
is doing the national anthem.
Okay.
Sounds
I know
right.
the name.
Hey,
I know the name.
Hey, I'll be
I don't know the
honest.
face,
I'll be
but I
honest.
also didn't know
John
Kendrick Lamar. When I saw his face,
Yeah.
I recognized. him.
Hang on,
Put it
John
that way.
Batiste, great singer.
Yeah.
I'm excited to hear
Good.
that.
More excited for that than Kendrick Lamar. But
100%.
I heard people just did not want. No
Well,
one
the
was
halftime-
excited about
The
that.
halftime shows are always so stupid.
Who was the last?
Except
year?
for
Was that-
when,
you know,
except for when Dre
Yeah,
and
that's what I thought.
and Snoop
Snoop
Dogg
Dogg,
and
yeah.
Eminem did it.
Yeah.
That one with the train and it's all a white
Oh,
train of
Right?
cars.
Yes.
And you're like, the fuck, dude, this
Right.
is the biggest scene you've ever seen, right?
Out there smoking.
Dude,
Yeah.
he
Oh, yeah.
crip-
Always.
Wait,
Always.
Snoop Snoop
Snip-
Crip
Did he change his
walk.
name?
I
Yeah.
said I was trying to say
Yeah.
Crip walk
kidding,
and
I'm kidding.
Snipker rocker, but Snoop Crip walked on national TV.
Yeah.
Nobody really does that anymore.
Well, I don't know what a crip
But-
walk is.
Come again?
I don't know what a crip walk is.
Ready? Watch
Yeah, yeah.
Watch my feet. Ready?
Wash my feet. Wash my feet. Oh, I don't think that was. I don't think you're doing it right. Just kidding.
He just goes.
Anyway, if he
He
did
just
that, I wasn't
He,
watching.
hang on. He just goes, I don't know what it is. Let me see it. And I do it. And he goes, I don't think that's it.
exactly it. I know you can set yourself up for that one.
No,
Yeah, I think you're stuck.
no,
There's
no,
like this
no.
great back here he's tripping
no,
over. I don't
you
know.
set yourself up for that one.
Maybe.
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah. Did you turn my mic down? I'm
But
getting
that was good. I
mic'd
do
up.
remember seeing that.
Pumped up.
Who was it last year? Was it? And I could be totally wrong. Was it Beyonce or somebody
I
like that?
couldn't tell you.
I don't even know.
Don't know.
I don't know.
All right,
Or it was a
all
lady in a red-
right.
Was it a lady in a red dress, or was that a few?
Lady
years ago?
Gaga?
I don't know.
Halftime show. So that brings a good point. Does the halftime show matter? Because to your
It does
point,
to a lot of people. The reason you
Hang
have so many
on.
people watching the Super Bowl is because, again, it's the friends of
Oh,
the
that's
friends
a
of the
great point.
wives and everybody that are still there
Yeah.
during the party, and that's what they're looking forward to.
Dudes are going,
So they're involved
dudes are going
for
out.
that and the
Yeah,
commercials.
dudes
Much
are
like
going
the
out to
commercials.
smoke.
Yep. Rip a heater.
Yeah.
Rip a heater, get some fresh air,
Yeah.
take out the trash,
Yeah.
refill the fridge with beers. Where's the ice? There's a lot of things we got to do. And it's not going to be during whether or not Patrick Mahomes is going to be scrambling away, getting away from some defenders. I'll tell you that. It's not going to be that.
It's during the goddamn halftime show.
And the commercials. Yes. That's the
Okay,
time.
so
as
we've
soon as I see that
established-
commercial, I'm darting towards the
We've
bathroom.
established that the people in the studio are for the regular game time.
Yeah.
Well, and as
That would have been good to have.
as a coach,
No,
right?
Yeah,
Steph
he would have been.
As a coach, there's nothing worse. Like you have momentum going into the locker
Yeah.
room, and now you have a 45-minute wait where it's usually 15.
Someone's probably taking a nap.
Right.
Wait. Is Snoop back here? Why does my team look so tired?
Everybody's muscle.
Wait, hang on. Are we really doing this right now? I just feel like Snoop's sneaking up from the
Yeah,
background.
I
I
love
don't know when
Snoop. Always
Snoop
loved Snoop.
became America's mascot. I mean, he was at the Olympics.
Hey man, he is branding himself well.
Wait,
He's
you
doing it
ever
right.
You ever see the
Everywhere.
one
He's
where
sneaky
he's
good.
like he's talking with Kevin Hart about the crip walking horses?
No.
Oh my god, I'm gonna
I
send
think
that one to you.
I saw that. Yeah.
It's amazing.
All right.
All right, I'm gonna send it to you.
All
All right,
got it.
moving on. We have we're filing down here
Okay, let's go.
quickly.
It's okay. Hey.
All right,
Uh,
we're good. We're good. All right,
Rolling right along. folks.
let's move on.
I
We'll
do want to
talk
say
about-
something about the game before we're done. But
Hang on.
Yeah.
That's actually perfect because I was just gonna say
Good
we
segue.
should really talk about the actual game.
Wait, who's gonna win? Who's gonna lose? Who do you like? Why?
Why?
Man, Kansas City. I'll tell you a short story. I'm a huge Bears fan, but when 1985, mid 80s, I became a Kansas City Chiefs fan because of Christian Okoye and the Nigerian Nightmare.
Oh,
I
yeah.
loved that team. I switched.
Really?
Maybe I was rebelling against my dad, but I loved them. And I've always loved them as like my second team. And it's sad to say, like this year, look, I know there's a lot of drama and a lot of talk over the refs and all the conspiracies over it, but it's hard
Hoopla.
to deny too. But with the media, it's hard to also know it's real. But I watched that fourth down play with Josh Allen, and he got that first down. I don't know how they didn't do it. I don't know how they didn't reverse
Right. Oh,
that
yeah.
call.
No,
He
they
got
did.
that first
They
down,
did.
and that was a driving build team
Interesting.
that gave
Yeah.
up to a touchdown to the Chiefs.
Also-
That could have been a 7 to 14 point swing either way.
Also, the first MVP of the league that
Yeah.
did not make All
Did,
Pro.
did not make
Or
first team,
since-
yeah,
All Pro.
yeah.
Since
Since
87,
Elway.
Elway. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So my point to that is
He
I
didn't make it.
almost always, and I love Mahomes. I love the Chiefs, but I wanted Allen in the Super Bowl. I think he deserved it. And this is a boring Super Bowl because it's Philly KC again. And I know better as a better. Don't bet against Mahomes and Andy Reid in the Super Bowl. Or
Yeah,
any
it's like
game,
betting
don't do
against
it.
Jordan.
But I feel like the Phillies should
Fair.
win the game. Philly should win the game.
Yeah, they should.
But I can't bet on them. So I will not. I'm telling you right now. I will not even bet a unit. If I do anything just to say I did it, might be a couple dollars, and I will bet.
Wait,
a lot of bet,
wait,
but it won't be a lot.
wait.
on the
We're
game.
going back to the hedging bets.
Yeah, we're
Right?
hedging bets.
We're
But it was
going
more
back
about the
to
game.
bets. We're going back to the
picking.
bets.
I'm picking KC to win by controversy because that's what it's always going to be.
Hang on. So you remember the bets I used to make?
Yes.
I would do 10 cents. And I would say in this situation, Kansas City, I'm going to give them plus 4.5.
What points?
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Thank you.
Okay.
And I'm going to say that, I don't know, who's
Philly.
Kansas City's top
Versus Philly.
scorer?
mean,
like touchdown.
I
maker.
mean, Kelsey's going to be
So Kelsey.
Taylor Swift.
All right, we're just
Kelsey,
gonna say.
but
Listen, we'll just say Kelsey just for.
The good target.
yeah,
Yep, just for time's
the
sake.
only target right
Just
now.
for time's
really.
sake. So I would go Kansas City plus 4.5, Kelsey to score, and the total score to be, just based on what I've seen, I'm gonna say 32.5 points plus.
For the
Over 32.5 points
for
now,
the
if you
entire
really-
game.
for the entire game.
Well, that's
If
like a
you
lot.
really do that, that's like a minus
32.5.
minus 150 odds.
Yeah, that's you're teasing. We're called teasing.
Hang on.
Except for the
That's
Kelsey
what you
touchdown.
used to tell me back in the day.
You're teasing the bet
You-
heavily. 32.5 is I don't even think they allow 32.5 because
They
people
do.
put like
Hang
$1 billion in. I think
Hang on.
it's too low.
They
Not
They
is that
do.
the minimum? Wow,
do.
that's crazy. Anyway, your prop bet should be Saquon Barkley to score a touchdown.
I can't believe you're giving this shit out.
Mahomes over rushing yards
I love this.
like that,
All right.
and Jalen Hurts to score a touchdown. And I would actually say you can pick is it Saquon or Jalen Hurts to score 2 touchdowns. One of them is going to score 2, or just bet both.
All right. Oh, look at this.
They had
time.
3 each last game.
Yeah. It was
Sorry. Fart. So, the very last point that I want to bring up, because we pretty much have hit most of these and kind of gone through them all. I feel pretty good. Anticipation is kind of what we've gone over. That was the one that I didn't hit.
No, but it's good to point out because I think the anticipation this year is different for
Anticipation,
those big football
everybody's-
fans is much different this year.
Really?
Much different because of
Really?
yes, because
Do
of
explain.
because the anticipation for Super Bowl for me, I'll speak personally first, is it's something I look forward to all year. My excitement level builds and builds and builds and never really backtracks until the game's over. Then it just dies. But now it's more as soon as I knew it was Kansas City and Philly, I completely lost a lot of excitement because we saw it last year. There's a lot of controversy again, which everybody assumed and predicted would happen in that game. They called it out. People have been analyzing that game and the refs calls and who had the good calls, who had the bad calls, and we know where that leans. And I feel like people are just kind of bored of seeing it. And although history is in the making, there's a mini asterisk this year with how they got there. A team that has won 18 straight games, which is by a landslide the largest margin in NFL history for a team winning 1-score games repeatedly. It doesn't happen in the NFL. And when you saw what happened last time against Buffalo, it looked bad. Like a lot of other games this year.
Interesting.
So I feel like people are just mad. And you got Buffalo fans on that 4-year run where they went to the Super Bowl
Right.
every year
Right.
and lost every year. And
Right.
now they can't get past Mahomes and Andy Reid. Now it's like are they cursed? Josh Allen's so good. Buffalo's got a good team. This actually was probably Buffalo's one of their worst teams.
It's just that good.
And again, Kansas City is
Yeah.
probably one of their worst teams, and they have 1 loss on the season, 2 losses. One doesn't count because it was the last game of the season. They have 1 real loss.
Yeah,
in the
but
season.
they're a freaking great team.
But and yes, like I said, from a
Okay.
point of they've won all games by 1 score or less 18 times in a row. Going to last year is absurd, and that makes you a great team. Like, is it just that? And it's not.
Is it?
There's no
just
conspiracy or
that?
not.
Right.
Right. I mean,
Okay.
you take a look at it. I mean, Detroit and Minnesota only lost a couple games too.
I know.
I mean,
Yeah,
they,
but
they didn't
Detroit's
win.
better.
They didn't win in the playoffs.
Detroit's
It's a whole
better.
different.
NFC
Yeah, it
North
doesn't-
was
it
a
doesn't
solid
matter.
conference. And they all lost their first games,
Hey,
all out.
Now they're dismantled. They're gonna be-
Yeah,
But we all kind of knew that the best team in the
God damn it,
NFC
Detroit.
was Philly, besides Detroit. So those 2 teams.
Now I don't. I mean, there's two points in the year when I watch football. One is Thanksgiving, and one is Super Bowl.
Thanks.
Thanksgiving. It's
Another
another
you
great
watch
football day.
Detroit.
Every year.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. So
Yeah,
so
that's
it's-
Thanksgiving.
It's Thanksgiving,
Yep.
Love
and,
Thanksgiving
and
football.
then it's
Yep.
Super Bowl. Otherwise, I don't watch a game.
Which
Okay.
is-
Do you watch the commercial? Do you watch the commercials more or the game?
Great question.
Or the halftime show?
So
Or the
I
the
watch-
pageantry. Do you watch the pageantry?
We've asked the
I
question.
watch the game because I watch what the coaches do, the calls they make, their schemes and the adjustments they make at halftime.
Love that.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm fascinated by what the
Who can do it better? Yeah.
what the coaches are doing. Now,
How they're
Fangio,
playing.
right?
Well,
I mean,
this is
it's going to be
This is a great
this
coaching
is
matchup.
it's really going to be a really good.
You have like Nick. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is it Nick Sirianni for
for
Philly? Who's the head coach of Philly?
Fangio.
He's the defensive
He's the
coordinator.
defensive coordinator. Yeah.
I think it's Nick Sirianni.
Sirianni, yeah.
We're gonna
So
go.
I don't know why I'm having a brain fart there.
We don't
but
know. Hey,
he
do
has an
not
opportunity.
Hold this to Stefan No and Joe in the know with Stefan
Anyway,
No. Do not.
I think that he has an opportunity to like make a legacy if he wins this game. He is he's a young
100%.
coach
Yeah.
that's been to back-to-back Super Bowls. I think he won one a few years back. Was he not there? I think it was 4 years ago. Philly won.
He was on the team.
Maybe not. Maybe it could be wrong.
Right.
Either
No,
way,
I think he was around.
if he wins this, no one's ever done what he's done. There's some stat out there about being 4 years in, and if he wins the Super Bowl, no one's ever done what he's done at this age, and he could solidify himself as like stepping stones for Hall of Fame already, kind of like what Mahomes has been doing as a quarterback. So, and when I say Mahomes, it's more of GOAT. Like you put you in the GOAT category with Brady at 30, at 30 years old, which is absurd.
Yeah.
Well, right.
And the other is who's the quarterback for Philadelphia?
Hurts. Jalen Hurts.
So what does this do to him if he loses?
Right.
What legacy is he? You know what I mean? Is he now?
Well,
is he now the next Kelly? For
Okay.
Same thing with Josh Allen too.
Yeah.
Like
We got about 3 to 4 or 5 minutes left.
not a lot.
So let's wrap it up. I can just say for any franchise quarterback like Hurts, right? Like Mahomes, like anybody, if you lose, you know that it's not the end of the world because you're a franchise quarterback. You're going to be able to figure out shit.
From a monetary standpoint and your life and your family, yes. And you're very young. So, no, it's not the end of the world. But in their moment in time, Joe, it is the end of the world. Like at that time in their life, that is devastating. It's the biggest, most devastating time of that year, every year, that they don't get to do it.
You're right.
And it's hard because these guys get beat up. Their careers, when you retire at 40 or 30, on average, probably 35, 36, you're retired with millions. And you have half of your life to live, or double your life to live. However you want to put it. Like it's everything to them. They've been doing it since they were babies. I'm just saying, this is it. This is it. And look,
I mean, I get it. Here's the deal. I just don't think that like you can walk away from this going, oh fuck.
Yeah, you can. You're wrong. You're wrong. You can walk away saying, oh fuck.
Right.
I mean, you are for days, weeks, whatever it is. It takes a while to get over. It takes a while to get over.
Deal.
It's the same thing. Like
I get it.
The analogy
if you say this is the end of the world for that year, and
end of the world, okay, that's a very broad term.
Well, I truly feel
all year long you work towards this.
You're distraught for that year
heavily.
I get what you're saying.
I mean,
yes, I get what you're saying.
And in the profession, I mean, your window's only open for so long too in sports, right?
Correct.
So here's your second one, and if you can't get through that window, how fast does that window close? Right.
Speaking of windows, what window do you operate out of? Who are you? What do you do?
Oh, I'm Mike Campbell with Cross Country Mortgage out of Crystal Lake.
Yeah, just trying to wrap this up because we're at the end of the.
No, today wasn't about business, but
I know it wasn't. But I want you to say who you are.
I appreciate that.
You're out
no.
there, you want to buy a house?
You need a financing guy.
You need a mortgage. You need a refi.
Or if
this
you
is
need
your guy.
Help finding a square to get involved in. I know some squares.
There's still time.
Hey, only till Friday. After that, I'm your mortgage guy.
Oh, it's good stuff.
Perfect.
All right. What did we learn?
Oh, I said it earlier in the show, but then I forgot.
There's the wings.
It was the wings.
1.47 billion wings.
I learned.
Were ordered on the big game day.
Yeah.
I learned. That's what I learned.
I learned that.
That's not. And $23.1 billion is
bet on Super Bowl. Yeah,
on that
the big game.
I-
That's absurd to even think about.
When will wings pass the bets?
What's harder to comprehend is that's only about 10% of Elon Musk's work.
Wait.
Right.
Wings are pounds. What's that in dollars?
Oh man, could you imagine?
See, maybe the dollars of wings.
Well, it's per wing.
Surpass.
It's about $1 a wing.
No, it's
These days, 50 cents. No, it's
No.
it's closer to $1 a wing. Do the math. I'll tell you right now, it's $1 a wing. It used to be 25-cent wing day. Now it's not. It's $1 a wing.
Now they go
$1 billion,
$99.
$1
$1 billion, 1.47 billion on wings. I think we're over your time.
I'm not too fucking worried.
Okay.
Anyway,
Anyway.
good stuff.
All right.
And here's the thing, with as much excitement as we've had on this show, that's everybody in America. That's why I say it's really a national holiday. I'm using air quotes because everybody's involved in it.
I agree with that.
Hang on.
It is. It should be a holiday.
I asked probably 5 to 10 people to be on the show, and they go, I don't know anything about the Super Bowl. I go, no, you don't understand. I don't want you to know about the Super Bowl. I want you to come in completely blank, and we talk
Unless
about
they don't
these
bet.
things.
If you don't get somebody on that bets a little bit,
Even
or
still,
Yeah.
I'd like you to talk about squares, right? Like
Yeah.
you know everything in and out.
Yeah.
So you're saying I'm the perfect guest? I'm just kidding.
We're gonna go with that. So
That's it.
this guy's cute. He's very humble.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I would have pulled anybody in here that was willing to talk about what they know about the Super Bowl. I don't care if they know it, like you, or they don't. But you were like, hell yeah, I'm in. I'm like, oh fuck, this is perfect.
Again, it's one of my favorite days of the year, without a doubt.
I know that you can talk every single point with purpose, right?
Oh, you're kissing up to me right now, aren't you?
No, I know you do.
You love
that.
me. He loves me.
I mean,
So listen, live in 2 weeks from today.
Correct.
Best ofs are replayed on the in between weeks here. And listen, if you love an episode, run out to Spotify, subscribe to In the Know with Steph and Joe on Spotify. Every episode's out there. It's absolutely fantastic. While you're working out, you could be in the know.
I like
which is
it.
fantastic.
peace.
216 Creative Studios, your gateway to professional podcasting. Whether you're a seasoned podcaster or just starting, 216 Creative Studios offers state-of-the-art podcast studios designed to meet all your recording needs. From crystal clear audio quality to a comfortable creative space, we've got you covered. With fully equipped rooms, expert support, and flexible booking options, you can focus on what matters most, your content. Join us and bring your voice to life in the best environment for podcast creation. 216 Creative Studios is here to help you create something extraordinary.